Bin ich live? Ich bin live. It's your host who rocks the most, Tizzey, in the building. Welcome everybody to the first international Tizzey Talks. For those who don't know, Tizzey Talks is the only hip-hop channel in Germany where every element of hip-hop is welcome. That means for you, this live sessions, talks, will delete it on Instagram, and later, 1 or 2 hours later, after this talk, I will put it online on YouTube. That means for you, you must go to YouTube, type Tizzey Talks in, then subscribe, then like, leave a comment. It would be nice. So, okay, why I'm doing this in English? Last year, I did a artwork for a friend of mine, DJ Funkyastic, and they did a CD. It was called Enemy Squad Anthem. Okay, I did an artwork from Enemy Squad, Breaking Crew. I will tell you who they are. I've done this, did this or something. Please don't judge me. I didn't talk English for a long time. I did this artwork, and then I received a message one day on Facebook from a guy called Nagi. I opened this message, Nagi. Oh my God, it's Bboy Hand. He said he very liked the artwork of mine from Enemy Squad, from this CD I've created. Please ask DJ Funkyastic. He had a lot of it, and then we talk about Tizzey Talks. He said to me that he really liked it, he appreciated it, and he knows the B-boys that I'm talking to. And then I told him, let's do this. Let's do Tizzey Talks. And now we will do it. Bboy Hand started breaking in the 80s and is a co-founder of Europe's most famous breaking crews. I know there was others, but today we talk about Bboy Hand, Enemy Squad. And if you had the luck to grow up in the 90s, you have seen them on many battles, jams in Europe, especially in Germany, in TV shows, in music videos, on circus, everywhere. And enough talk from me. Let's see if he's online, and then I will send him an invite. No, he's not there. Please write him. Tell him he must come live. Yeah, we're talking about Bboy Hand. Enemy Squad. Nein, ich kann nichts in Französisch. So, jetzt habe ich tatsächlich Deutsch geredet. So, okay. Okay, Enemy Squad is in. But where is Bboy Hand? I need Bboy Hand. The crew's there. Come on, bro. But that's hip-hop. Is my English good? Can you understand it? Hello, everybody. Some cheers for us. Yeah! Okay. Where is Bboy Hand? Come on, come on. Bro, let's come in. Okay, everybody's coming. My English is good. Thank you. Yo, Bboy Hand is in. Okay, here comes your invite. So. Englisch E-Kurs, du Mieser. Reicht doch. Bro, I've sent you an invite. Again. Okay, I hadn't. No. How, bro? I sent you an invite over Instagram, and there will pop up something, and you must. Because I'm live, and now you're calling me over video. Okay. You will see it on the live session, and you must put Yes. Okay. But you were in. I sent you an invite. I've seen you. Okay, 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 okay. Okay. And we will do it again. New invite. It's new for him. It's new for everyone. Let's go. Come on. Yeah, Osama, du kennst das. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's Bboy Hand in the
building.
Yeah, bro. You're all to welcome. How you doing?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I was a little bit excited because you have to know that I'm an old man. I never use Instagram. You know?
No, you look very young, man, and your heart is very young.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, man. I just because I just usually you see me like this, you know, but I just left it that even 51 it's B-boy hair, you know. So
it's not Bboy Hand, it's Bboy hair.
yeah, yeah. How you doing?
Okay, bro. I don't know if you heard my introduction. I told everyone that last year I created an artwork for DJ Funky Estic, and after this I received a message from you.
Yeah.
That you very liked the artwork and you appreciated that I'm doing Tizzey Talks, and I was shocked because I'm reading Nagi. Who's Nagi? I saw your page and then okay, shock. It's Enemy Squad. It's Bboy Hand because I know you from my childhood.
I see.
And you're from 71. I'm from 79.
I see.
And it's a big honor for me. I want to hear everything. Sorry?
I just told you that I don't know why this fucking thing doing this. Right? Wait. Just a moment.
It's this DGY step?
Yes. 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 No, I hope it stays now. So, you know, it was every time you have to know that we spend a lot of time in Germany.
I know. You told me so.
Wir waren überall. Ich meine wirklich überall. So, jede größere Städte, wir haben aufgetreten, weißt du, mit dem Zirkus oder Varieté oder Theater oder so we have done everything, you know, in Germany. Really, you have to imagine that it was like we started to work 95.
But bro, stop before we started. I must do this question for the first time in English.
Yeah, do it.
How do you start it with hip hop?
Oh, I was a swimmer.
What does swimming to do with hip hop?
Yeah, it has nothing. I just tell you because it's easy. You know, most of the spin moves by the time we were in the business, most of it needs that you are loose. And I was making backstroke for 11 years. It means you make with your legs this, you know. So I was like this when I started breaking, you know. Really, I couldn't open my legs. That's why it's interesting, you know, that I was a swimmer. So we never made gymnastics. No one of us made gymnastics ever.
Okay.
No one of us. And I love first, like most of the people, I think, I love the music. You know, this is how it started. LL Cool J, Radio was the first song I ever heard rap music, and because it was from the radio in Hungary, we had like 1 minute 26 seconds from the song, so I cut right after each other. So I had half an hour radio in my life, but I knew only the first and a half verse because this is
on cassette.
Yeah.
On tapes. On
tape. Yes. So I made it like 2 tape recorder, you know, and I made this 160, 126 again. this is how it started. And then I saw, I think in my country they made in the when it was socialism or communism, it was like every year we had the dance competition on the TV. And there was one guy who was like 16 years old, so he started and he lied about his age, and they didn't let him to compete, but he was so good that they put him on the TV show. And I have to tell you, it was popular. Of course, I and it when first I saw it, I said that I have to do it.
Okay.
And this is how I came. First, that was the first time I ever see breaking, and I was actually fucking lucky because in my town there were already breakers. Because one of the guys' brother, he moved to the U.S. and he sent tapes, videotapes, and he sent some music and stuff like this, you know, from the States, that what's happening there. And this guy, brother in my city, he was one of the first breakers or poppers.
Which year we're talking about?
86.
Okay.
86. And you know, we were like the Schwan. We just get the information, all the information. So we have like, you have to imagine that we haven't even started dancing yet, but we already had the VHS tape for 1.5 hours or even 2 hours with all the recordings from b-boying from this age, what you could get in Hungary. And
yes.
Because there were some like Montecatini 87, that was the IDO World Championship, and we had one tape from there. And you have to know that next one, B-boy next one, the Maurizio Canavo was there, Nunes was there. So back in the days, I think they were the first line. That's why they were the first who got to know even that exists World Breaking Championship. Because we in Hungary, we were, you have to know, we were very much behind the Iron Curtain. We didn't have any information about the stuff. But okay. I will tell you later that this is
But
how,
you started very early.
Yeah, we started early because of this. And you have to know that even before us, we were like the third wave in Hungary. So we were not the first one. In 84, from us, Gabor, for example, he was in Budapest. And in Budapest, the information was even faster than in the country. I have to tell you that my town is like almost like Budapest about the information, about the development of the city and all this stuff. Of course, we are smaller, but
Budapest was a big international city.
In the Roman days, my city was the capital, you know.
Yes.
Back in the day. So no, but you have to know that in Budapest there was already breaking, and one of us, for example, Gabor, he started 84, you know, and I was late. I was like 86 summer or 86, something like this, when first time I got to the club in my town, and there were already breakers. And
they were breaking in the club. Nice.
Yeah. We had one guy. His name is Yanu. Everybody, even Storm, knows him because he always came with us, even to the Battle of the Years. He's an old guy. I mean, I'm sorry to say that I'm 50, but he's 78 now, and he still comes to the practice, and he was the one who gave us the possibility to have a club. He was the one who organized us the bus and the money for the IDO competitions. The first time we meet Storm and everybody. So
cool.
You have to know that IDO competition, it was like this: you have to dance for a minute alone. And it's, in a way, it's all the failures, all the mistakes we did back in the days. It was because of this, but you have to know this gave a huge strength.
Yes.
And I think this is what you could see in the later in the competitions when you saw enemy squad. And the other thing, we have a big advance that, from the early days, because we were like, we lived in Hungary, in the east. But if I look back the videos and stuff, we lived in a dream.
But you have the original videos, mate. Everyone talking about.
We didn't care where we lived. We were more Americans, like the Americans ever.
Yeah, know? Like everyone from us, yo. We all wanted to be like Bronx boys.
And the funny stuff is that the first time when we met, 89, I'm talking about 89. So we started like 87, 88. And the first time I saw breakers from abroad, it was 89 Annecy in France. Where this idea competitions was first, it was really serious because everybody went there. But after you realize that it's 60, 70 people, old people are sitting in the judging panel, so you don't give a fuck anymore, you know. And even Storm in 91 in Dresden, he came once and he won all the categories.
But were there a judging system like today?
No. It was like old. It was, the IDO is International Dance Organization. They have like disco category, show category, and breaking and popping category, which was the only international competition was known by us, because we didn't. And you have to know it happened in 87, so there was no battle of the year and there was no stuff like this, you know. So yeah, that was the only. And we meet battle squad first time, all the Italians. It's a funny story, so you have to know we are behind the Iron Curtain. 87, we start to dance, we have these videos, we make it, and then we realize that no fucking person is doing it anymore in the world. That's what we thought. And we did the competitions, and 88, there was one idea competition in Hungary, and Nunes came. Paulo Nunes from Holland. And
Bboy Paulo. Bboy Paulo.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And you have to know that he won like 2 or 3 times the IDO World Championship solo.
Okay.
So, and this was a European Championship in Hungary, and he came and he brought one Belgian guy. In 88, that was the first time I ever see ball hat from the German guy. So we never saw something like this. And this guy was dancing like both directions.
You mean the wolf?
Yeah, and he had like combinations like flare, windmill, head spin, back to flare.
88.
88. And he was kept going. It was 1 minute. He did 47 seconds combo. And in 88, it was like, we watched, it's like Ibrahim in 95. You have to imagine like that. So we were watching and we started to ask that, look, if he is breaking now, what the fuck we are doing, man? So that, yeah, because we were like making one figure and stand up, dancing, top rocking, and then go again. The other figure, maybe you combine 2 figures, then you are okay. Then you are super.
But you had no information.
No, nothing. So this was the first information live ever. And then we won this European Championship. I think from the enemy squad, the first 2-3 places we won, and that's why we could go to Annecy 89, Annecy, France, and that was the biggest. It's like wake up, because, like I said before, we thought that we are the only one who's breaking in Europe anymore, and even in the world. And then we just came there, and with a shitty bus, 24 hours, it was like, I'm dying, you know. And then we step out from the bus, and it's like the fucking beat street. scene. You know, it's like everybody in Kangol and superstars, and because it was winter, jackets with the fuel, you know, like.
Nice.
And
Everyone looked like a Bboy character.
we were like, what the fuck is happening, man? It's like, it's like everything we thought that it's dead, it was there. It was Emilio, Storm, like 40 sad guts from second to none. Paulo Nunes with the boys, you know, with his group, with all, and they did things like we were really like sitting in the corner and watching.
That were the kings of their times.
Yes, and we were like, and they were like, this was the first time. He won and Emilio got second, and they battled each other after the
And it was 1 versus 1.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was ideal competition. It was 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. But the judges, they say that Storm won and Emilio got second, and everybody. Me, I couldn't even decide because the both of them was fucking good and they did almost the same things. Maybe Emilio was a little bit faster, but Storm was cleaner. So I can't decide, but they just got out. Emilio take his cup, he throw it to the corner, and he asked Storm, let's go. Let's battle then if you are the first and I'm the second. And we were just watching, they were the same crew. And we were just watching what the fuck is happening there, you know. And Swift also is just sitting down, you know, watching this. He don't say nothing, you know. But this was the first time we met these people.
But it was real, man. It was real.
This was the first time that when you heard our first battle with Battle Squad, then you feel what is real. Look, and then 89.
Okay.
Look, then 89. But this is all the information what I'm telling you, and all the people who are listening, you have to imagine that I'm just give you now the infos why Enemy Squad was like this, was the style of Enemy Squad, why we are people like, you know, if you ask anybody in Germany, you know, it's half Germany slept but in our house and in our Wohnwagen or anything we had, you know. So it's like you have to imagine like it's what I'm talking about is like we go to Stuttgart, it's rocking attack, they sleep for 1.5 months, they sleep in our camping. You know,
I know you told me that you got a deep connection to Germany. I'm very excited.
It's like so it was 89, and then because you planned a long talk, so you are lucky I can speak like crazy, you know. So
one second.
But you have to know, I think that's one of the best things about this your talk, that even the people, I think like me, I even feel it again, the same feelings like I had when I'm talking about it, you know. So it's nice. So 89, and then we did this IDO stuff, but in Annecy, I think, no, 91 was the next time when we moved abroad. It was Dresden. And Storm was there, and Storm, and now I tell you the first battle with Battle Squad. Enemy Squad versus German. Because
okay.
it was TDB and everybody against us. And it happened because
it was everybody against Enemy Squad.
I tell you why. It was a competition. It was a competition, and we was there, and Storm, he loved us, and he always spoke, he helped us, he did everything. He is still today a big hero for me, and one of the main reasons I still dance today. So, and we were there, and Gabor, you know, and we had one guy who was his name was Iron Arm. The German, they called him Iron Arm. His name was Suchi, But he's the guy who won the English Got Talent with his shadow theater. He got very famous after he won the American, and he won the one which is the general from all countries, and he won this also with his shadow theater. He's doing this before. When we start to work in Germany, he had one hip hop group in Hungary, and they were the best selling group, so they decided he stays home. So that's why everybody from 95, people don't know him, but everybody who knew Enemy Squad before 95, he was one of our strongest members from Power Moves.
Okay, maybe I know him because I know Enemy Squad from 93, because I started in 92.
Yeah.
Maybe I saw him, but I didn't remember it.
Yeah, and this guy, he just walked to Gabor from the back, and he made him like, yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, it's not a big deal, but it was Speedy, man.
It was Speedy.
And they got fucking angry. Speedy, he went to Storm and say, look, these fuckers, they fucking with my ears, and they say, yeah, 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 stuff like this. They didn't tell us no one thing. They started to practice, and we sit around like this. We never saw footwork before. Never saw footwork like Storm and Swift could do. We never saw, or Kai from TDB. We never saw stuff like this before.
The whole variations and steps.
Yeah. Okay, we knew the basics, but we didn't give a fuck. We wanted to be the fastest, the highest, the cleanest. So we didn't give a fuck about the footwork or top rocking too much. We had Akos, you know, so so it was like we had, I think, the words.
And you had for everything you need to have one person.
One of the world's most heavyweight styler we had, you know.
Yes,
I think Akos, and I have to tell this, I think Akos was one of the first guys. I can tell 10 guys who is superstar now, and it's from Akos, you know. And it's okay. I'm also from a little bit Swift, little bit Nunes, little bit this, little bit. It's okay. But I just tell you that Akos was really a historical person. I think he was the first one I really saw to combine the style moves and the power moves that you didn't know which one is which one. So he was the first one. You could say he was complete, and he was the first one who I saw to have really like karma, character, technical knowledge, and speed and dynamic and everything together. It was a whole packet, you know. It was wasn't the word just simply, we wasn't ready for that. We say in Hungary we had a commercial. It's called a Mulinex commercial. Mulinex, it was for the kitchen stuff, you know, like mixers and stuff like that. And it was they had one saying like Mulinex, the biggest in the small thing. And we called Akos because of this. We called him Mulinex, you know. So even we were like, because back in the days, what Akos did, most of the people who did it a little bit weaker, they were the people who didn't want to do power moves, because everybody was doing only power moves, you know. And the only measurement, the only thing is how is your power. And it was not just my view. If you watch the battle, we can lie now, but I don't want. You can.
I know in the 90s, I told in an Osama talk that everyone was questioning: do you can a windmill? Do you can a headspin? No. Why you breaking? Why you breaking?
I have to tell you, I will tell you later the story, but I'm making a school now, and you know, for the basics, I have to learn a lot. When I started school,
but bro, let's go back to the story with Speedy.
Wow, shit, man. So they started to practice, and we were sitting around, and of course, because we could do things like they did, even we never had connections or information, we jumped in, and they just wait for this, you know, the first when we jumped in, but they called that, come, let's dance with us, you know. So we started, and then after the first, I don't know what we did, Storm, he stepped in, and he made like, from standing, he made like 12 tracks from standing. We never see this move before.
Tracks.
And we were like, okay. We were like, oh, nice, nice, nice. And Storm said, no, 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 go. No, don't clap for me. Go. Show what you got. And then, okay, we did the battle. We tried to keep with them. You know, of course, they were stronger. There were PDB. There were all the Germans, you can imagine. Fresh Force and everybody, really. And
okay. Germany united against enemies.
And then we speak after the battle that what the fuck, why it's happened. And they say, no, come on, you know why. And I say, no, we don't. I said, it's because of, and then we saw that story, it was a misunderstanding. The Iron Arm, we thought that it's Gabor, and it was Speedy, you know. And then we laughed the big one. And
because of the air contact and okay.
And since then, we are very good friends, and they really brothers. Every time we were in Berlin, for example, Storm, he always visited us, and we met also Swift many times in Hamburg, and we visit Storm in France when he worked in theaters, and we watched the show. And after he called for the final, we were sitting 2 hours in a chair like this, and they said, "Okay, now enemy squad is here. Come on, let's dance." We couldn't move, and but he was incredible. He did like 2.5 hour show. He had like 20 solos, man, and really serious ones, and he spoke and everything. It was crazy. So, and after this battle, we get and this is important. This Dresden stuff. First of all, I throw away my cigarettes, and I never smoke factory cigarettes again ever. And it was 91 3rd of March. And
you didn't forget it.
And then Storm, he was okay. We spoke. Okay, we laughed. Okay, this has happened. It was okay. It was a good battle. Yeah, it was a good battle. He gave to us and said, "I like you guys really. I like what you do. Here is a flyer." And he gave us. It was in March, and I think this year the Battle of the Year '91 in Pavilion Hanover was in December. So it was. You have to imagine that. I tell to the people who are listening, and if they are from nowadays, I tell you that you have to imagine that in Hungary, the average salary back in the days then, it was like 20 euros.
Okay, that's not much.
And we rent Storm, he gave us this flyer in March. This is all the information we had. And for this flyer, in November, for 6 grown-up salary, we rent a bus, and we drove 1,600 kilometers to Hanover to find one plaque, because on the flyer, I don't remember the place, if it was there or not. You know, I think we didn't find the place, so we have to find the plaque. So we were wait 8 months to go there, and we had only the flyer, nothing else. We were not sure if it's gonna be organized. We were not sure, so it was no phone call.
What an adventure! You didn't know everything. Did you call Storm?
I was, and just nowadays I think about it. That thing, you have no phone number, and you cannot go to the internet check where is the place or where. So it's like, yeah. So we did this.
They have canceled it.
Yeah.
Imagine it. They have canceled it once, over 1,000 kilometers for nothing.
So we did this. So we did this 1,600 kilometers to get to the battlefield, and we got there, and it was. Now I was till 91 summer. I was like half popper, half b-boy. Because I'm talking about not the group. I'm talking about myself right now. And this was the moment for me when I decided I'm gonna be a b-boy. I don't give a fuck about popping. I don't like popping anymore. It's too much boogaloo for me. I'm much more robot and G-style. I don't care about popping anymore. So let's do b-boying. So I started to make. This was such a fantastic, so many impressions in one night. You know that it was incredible. You have to imagine this was the night when some of the Berlin fans shoot one of the bodyguards on the stage. So it happened that Storm, Kai Ackerman, Philly, and me, we closed ourselves to the toilet because you have to imagine like 2,000 people, 1,500 people started to run at the same time. It was really fucking dangerous. Is the Berlin fans, they came from Berlin in November with a 2 storage bus, but
I've heard for the first time the story.
With baseball bats. Every one of them was bald, skin had jackets, baseball bats, and a 2-story bus, this English bus. But November, and the roof cut down.
Oh shit!
It was like Mad Max, you know.
Yeah, it sounds like.
And we were like, oh fuck, what the fuck is happening? What is these people? And then started the shooting, and Kai, Storm, Billy, and me, we were like this in the toilet. We closed with the key from inside, you know, because we didn't want more people coming. Oh, what's gonna happen? You have to know it was a gas gun, but at the moment when he
Osama's telling it, they were from wedding.
But nobody knew that if it was a real gun or what, because he just shoot, the guy lay down and everybody started to run. So it was like, oh fuck. So it could happen anything. So I just tell you because it was so many impressions for 91, 20 years old East European poor Hungarian guys who has no TV on Mondays. You know, it was like, fuck, what the fuck is happening here? You know, what is this?
It was like a movie.
It's like, it was, like 10 movies at the same day, you know. It's like one B-boy movie, one gangster movie, you know, one, because we saw the people before we were in the town. So we see how the Germans, they live, one fairy tale, you know, at the same time. So it was like, what the fuck is happening? So we did this night.
But the battle happened.
Yeah. Yeah. So we did the 3rd place this night.
In 91.
Yeah. And even though whole Europe was there, even 91, everybody who danced in Europe was there. And for us, it was the biggest push in our life. This was the motivation for the next 6 years to take part in the Battle of the Year. Even though in 94, 95, we were like, fuck, we're never going to win it. And when we got there in 96, we knew we were going to win it. And we didn't, so.
But did all of you decided to be a B-boy, not to go to work, only to dance?
No, it was like this. No, this you couldn't do in Hungary. Because then you came the police if you had no work, you finished the school, and it was not anymore. Okay, we're talking about it was after 89. After 89, it was the system changed that you could do that, you don't work, but you die if you don't work. So
after 89, you were free to move out if you want.
Yeah, especially I tell you this, but if I think back, I think from the 9 people, enemy squad has it, or I think it's only me and 1 more people work. So nobody worked. So, but it was not because we lived from dance. It was because they don't want to work. So
you practiced on work.
Yeah, they just practiced. So, and okay, we had some little shows and stuff like this, and you have to know in Hungary, like this, if you tell you that 20 euros was the salary, you also have to know that from like, if you get €1 a day, then you were okay. So, you know, so, and
the hustle was real.
Yeah, and then from 91 till 96, I can tell you always the same. It was invitation for the Battle of the Year. They gave us accommodation, and they paid the trip. That's it.
They paid everything for the invite.
Yes, and that's it. But we never get a prize, or I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't tell because I want to complain. It's I'm not from the old school guys who start to cry now, you know. And I didn't say nothing back in the days. But you have to know that the feelings for Germany, it was always two-sided from us. It was one of the feeling was from Germany that this was the country we got the first inspiration, and we got the whole, we got to know that a community like this exists. This is how I started to make graffitis. This is how we, because I saw in Germany Battle of the Year in '91, we did in Hungary the first jam and stuff like this. So it was a big inspiration. But every time we were in the Battle of the Year, we get back in '92 and Swift asked, you back to Bern because of '91. And in '92 we did again the third place, you know, and
Yes.
then again the third, and then the second, and then the second again, and then the second again. And then it was in '96, I think it was 7 or 8 big groups. They don't go to the Battle of the Year anymore because they say if '96 Enemy Squad didn't win, we don't go to the Battle of the Year because then it's for what? And we were like this. It was one of the biggest shocks in my life in the decision from '96. But I still, it still pushed us. We didn't get comfortable that we are good, you know. So it's, you know how it is when you win the Battle of the Year one
But
time.
what did you thought? Because I was thinking, okay, is this now? Are they doing it well known that you are the second place always? What were their mission?
And it's funny, it's Storm, he in his book, you know, Storm in his book, he wrote about us. And he wrote that one year we were not aggressive enough. The other year we were too much aggressive. Uh, you know, it's like for us, a battle was a really hard thing because not because of because we knew we are strong. It's not because of this. We were never afraid against anyone. It was this East European stuff. They are from the West. It's sure that they are better in this one or this one, and everybody from the East has this till a time. You know, after of
Yeah.
course we started to live, I lived 20 years in Germany, so I know what I'm talking about. But they were, in a way, with the inspiration, we forgot that where we are coming from, but we will always remember where we are coming from.
Yeah,
And
because you went
it's
so on.
because many times we felt that it's no problem if enemy squad lose, they're not gonna say anything. You know, and it was not only Battle of the Year. And we felt this the whole time. So it was like we are in the community, but we are outsiders still, you know. And we still every time had this. But I tell you, it's no problem. It kept us strong.
But Hand, I will tell you, everyone had this feeling in the 90s in Germany. We always had the feeling that we're a big family, but every one of us were the outsiders. I can't tell you why, because everyone lived in his own microcosmos, I think.
Yeah,
and,
yeah, but
and that was the problem.
yeah.
None of us, we were youngsters. Every one of us were youngsters. We didn't have the mindset to be complete. And I
Yeah,
think that was the same in this time.
yeah, of course, but it's Germany and it's Hungary. It's you know, you are most of my b-boy friends from Germany are Turkish, of course. And but you are still German. Don't, I know you are Turkish. Don't misunderstand me. But
I
you
understand
understand,
you.
you understand the German jokes. I understand also now. I know the stand-up guys. I understand when they joking because I know, because I read newspaper German. I watch TV. I speak with the people. I just didn't want to make this interview. I tell to the others who are watching.
You're more German than me, bro.
It's like It's like, it's only the face, man. It's a fucking Jürgen face.
But
No,
I
but
know what you want to tell me. You had to do with a lot of immigrants in
yeah,
Germany.
and you have to know that it was for us, it was enough what we got from feeling from Germany. But we always felt that it's when they are talking about, and after it's changed, after 94, 95, when they realized that we don't give up, then it was changed. And then, of course, then we meet other competitions, other people, and not only the Battle of the Year we had, and we were not afraid to go 94 to Potsdam. After Battle of the Year to Potsdam, they were also shooting Potsdam Jam. But it was a real gun.
It was a
And
real gun. Oh, my
we
God.
we escaped with Storm with the van. Storm told us, now, let's go now, leave now. And we went with him. I think we took him to the railway station, and we just left to Hungary. Yeah,
Okay.
it was 94. So we got to know the community, and we had some really good friends already, because every time we go there was the people who was from the first moment they come with us. Even German, Turkish, or anybody who had sympathy, because we are kind of people, you don't know us because we never met a person. And I don't want to make okay, I stopped it. So I think we are I know the others, and I can tell it's not about myself, but I think also this category, we love everybody. If a B-boy comes to us, it's like, I don't give a fuck that what clothes, where is home, is he gay, or is it this, that, I don't give a fuck. He's a B-boy, because back in the days, it was not like today. It was like, if you met someone and you knew that he's a B-boy and he did something stronger than windmill, then you knew that it's your brother. He has the same suffering, he has the same problems, he does the same. It was not like this that you just push one enter and then you see the best B-boys in the world, and you see the result of 20 years work. And it's and the thing is that when you say that YouTube kills crowds since 2005, it's not true. YouTube kills everything. I teach children. I have to explain to them. If you see somebody who is doing something special, it's not because he's living in California or because he's black. It's because he tried many times.
Many times.
This is how the world is today. I'm very sorry, and I'm very sorry to say that many times children come to me who never bent his leg except sitting.
I understand you, because I'm doing the same. I work in a youth center. I work every day with kids and teach them about hip hop or something else. But bro, let's talk about the situation 95, 96. Let's go on, because you decided to do it more professional. You told me after the whole battles, you started to do shows, and you also lived in Germany. Let's talk about it.
Yes, it was like this. You have to know that 95 and 96, we didn't get any money to go to the Battle of the Year, but we have to pay the act in the circus, which replaced us. And it was not cheap. We were, back in the days, we were very happy that the director let us to go, because we had show this night. But we have to buy an act from abroad to replace us.
Yes. Who's replacing good and not bad.
Yes, but if somebody comes to you for one day to make a show, it's gala fee. And the gala is 10 times more, like the day fee. So it's like, for us that we go there, it was, I don't want to say numbers, but it was a quite lot of money. And we worked in a circus in Germany, but we were a group. So we didn't have the salary like the artists have, you know.
What was the name of the circus?
Circus Flick Flack.
Flick Flack. I remember the commercial in Hanover. You were in Hanover too.
And this is, and if we are talking about this, we make 93 in Hungary. We made one talent competition on the TV. This was it was the traditional every 4 years they make it like the Olympics. They make it in Hungary, and it was one of the most popular Hungarian TV show. And we won this TV show, and it was such a big thing because the guys, the generation before us, they in the semi-final they got knocked out, and it was because it was communism, and they were USA Harlem Gang was the name of the group, and they were so fucking American, you know. They said no way, these fuckers, they don't go to the final. And it was the first time they let us win, you know, in '93. Let us such a young guy.
They let you win, okay?
Yes. We won the dance, of course we won, but we won the dance category, and it was a very big deal because we won a trip to Thailand, and we were in Bangkok and on the beach, and it was really nice.
Nice.
And the guy who saw us on the TV, it was the Hungarian artist school director. He saw us on the TV in this talent competition, and he was the one who made a video of this program and sent it as an agent tape to Circus Freak Club, and he sold us.
Okay.
We were very happy actually because one day's salary, it was like my month's salary in Hungary in a bank. I was working for a bank. Yeah, but for the first months, until we don't get the salary, we were laughing that they're not going to give us. We know what is in the paper, that is sure they're not going to give us, you know. Because, this was the time like this, you know. We were from the East, we didn't know, okay, they say like, how much was it? 70 marks. And we said, marks, it's 70 marks. And we said, look, it's 70 marks, it's like 6,000 forints. That was my salary back in the days in Hungary for half month. And I was like, this is for one day. I said, yeah, guys, let's go, but they're not going to give us. And they gave us. So, but
70 marks were not much.
But it was for us Eastern Europeans, it was like this, that for 1 year, I eat for 2 marks a day. And at the end of the year, because like I told you, we were more American like anyone, I bought a Zebener BMW.
Nice. Nice.
Idiot. You have to imagine that for this car you get 2 flats in Hungary back in the days. Zwei Wohnungen.
Wie viel? How
Zwei
much?
Wohnungen.
2 flats. You're like a star.
Yeah, I was so idiot, I bought a car. And after 2 years or something, the gear.
You were young, bro. You were young.
We didn't know what to do. Nobody gave us, hey, what the fuck you doing? You are idiot. Nobody told me, you know. Philly, he bought one 560 SRT Coupe Mercedes. Over. Everybody thought that he's a two-halter.
It's a two-helter. It's a pit.
Yeah. So, you can imagine 96.
Okay.
We go with these cars to the battlefield. One of the biggest mistakes.
With these cars?
Yeah, one of the biggest mistakes we ever did in our life. When they check us, it was over. It was like, man, if it's for 100 years, you will be always stuck in, you fucker. It was like this, you know. No, come on. I'm joking, but it was like really too much, you know. So we came there, and then we felt first time that everybody knew that we are working. Everybody knew that we are working in Germany. Some of the German b-boys we knew before, they were like same like everyone, but some of the people you could see that they are not happy that we are the one who could live from this. And because they saw these 2 cars, they thought that we are millionaires. You have to know.
Of course, because everyone were broke in this time.
Yeah.
We were one of the first crews who have contracts.
Yeah, of course. We have we have contracts for 2 years in Flip Flop, and Flip Flop was one of the best circus back in the days because they don't have animals. It's not a real circus.
It were an artistic circus.
It's like a traditional circus. It's like 2-3 hours to build down. This takes a day, and a normal circus they build up like half a day, and this was like almost a week to build up. It's the reference of the Bose speaker, the fan.
Nice, but was daily payments.
Daily payment. It was really nice. But every time we want to go somewhere, we have to pay for that, because if we have to buy one act. But we did it. The second time when we go back to Germany, to the circus, and we told to the director we were second, he said, don't do that. And we said, why? And he said, they don't let you win. And we were like this, I don't give a I'm lying if I tell you that I don't give a fuck we were second. It would be nice, of course, to say that we won the Battle of the Year.
Yes.
But, like I told you, it kept us strong. It keeps us strong still today and proud, And we always felt and we always get back the love that we never make problems because we were second. We always are.
Okay, you didn't go to the judges and ask why.
No. Well, after she stood up and said, "Zusammenhalt," and he gives the money. Yeah, and now we never quarreled, and we have after. This is when we start to travel in Germany.
Okay.
And I'm sure if it happens 2 years later, then we won, because then we were already Germans. We were in the.
Or 98.
97, 98. But I have to tell you, I think that elementary force and suicidal lifestyle, I think 97, 98, I can tell, it's my opinion, I think they were stronger than us. Okay. So I'll just tell you, but they couldn't win because they never was there. But we were already Germans. This is how I tell. If we do this battle in 97, sure we win because we are more accepted. That's all,
That what I was searching for.
Yeah.
If you were accepted, then you were in.
Yes.
If you were not accepted, you were out.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
Yeah, it's not that. Look, if anybody from today's standard analyze the battle, which I don't see many times in my life because I don't like to watch this, I think could be that the other group won. But if I do look by the back in the day standard, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It was this night we died. When we got home, when we got home to the circus, we felt like nobody liked us in Germany.
Okay.
You have to know that even the because we were on the stage, we decided we were always fucking friendly and two brothers and everything. And we decided and we speak to each other. No friendship stuff. Yeah.
But also, I'll tell you something. That was the hip hop police who didn't realize that it was real to earn money with your art, with your dance.
Yeah.
The community was not ready for this.
And the thing is, even the public who was there, who were not B-boys, only the friends of B-boys, because you have to know back in the days, the Zuschauer, die waren die Freunde. So like this. And even if they were 2,000, they were friends. And even we felt from the public, because we were too arrogant, And I think it was a mistake. But if I look what's happening now, we were angels still, So we didn't say nothing. We didn't offend. We always wanted to go the run one. It was not us who started to jump in.
Now it's different, bro. The scene evolved. Everybody.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I just wanted to tell you that it doesn't work to speak that much, especially that one of my best friends from Switzerland, who is already died was against us, and I like him very much, and I love this guy, nice kid, Nicola, who did had things against us from Toys and Effect. He already died, but he's a really good guy, and I love him. You know, he's a really, yeah, he was a kind. I can say from international, who I know people, he was a really good friend. He always was very straight with us. He always came to us when we met. He came with us for days. You know, he was a really good guy.
Nice.
And also the young guys from the group. I knew them from Switzerland. I like them. You know, so it's not their fault. And it's not even the judges' fault, even though Out of Control was funny because after we met and they said they didn't judge. And I saw they were the judge, you know, so that doesn't care. After
Okay.
one time this guy, which one wanted to come with us to movies, and one of us, he asked that how you decide that the other group and stuff like this, and then I left. I go because he said that he wasn't judged, you know, and you can see on the video, you know, he's judging. Come on, 96 we start to travel, and you have to know that Circus Picklock is not like the traditional circuses. It stays for a month in one town, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So first, let's go to the center, go to one of the Turkish, and ask, "Do you know B-boys?" And say, "Of course, I am one."
Who was it?
Yeah.
Who was it?
Any city. I mean, this is how this is how we search for the Jugendhaus. Where is B-boy?
You search Turkish guys to ask.
We go to the main square.
Yeah.
We look at one of the Turkish who was in hip hop clothes. We go to him, and we ask, "Do you know B-boys?" And the answer, it was always the same. "Yes, I am one." You know, and you say, "Okay, where is the practice?" And he said that here, there. So in the second day we got to a town. On the second day we were already on the practice.
Cool, man. And was a shock for the other B-boys in the training center or not?
We have to show the tattoos that we are enemy squad, because they don't believe.
Because every one of us doing jokes on hip-hop chants. I'm from Berlin, please let me in. I have no money. I think other guys have done this joke too. I'm from enemy squad, let me in. And
Yeah.
but you have true tattoos, I know. I saw it on a picture.
Yeah. And then we started to travel, and it was like this, that this was my biggest, my best time for a young b-boy could have, that you don't stay in one town, that you my son arrived, and my dog and my okay. So this was the best time, like you can have when you are young and you want inspiration, because every time we go, we have different kind of people with different style, with different kind of personality. Get the fuck out of here from my cake. My dog is wanna eat my cake, man.
He likes your cake.
So we had
you got much experience in many cities.
Of course, and a lot of experience, not like just a b-boy, also like a human being, because I got to know like this, the Albaner, die Türken, die Deutschen, fast jeder so. Almost everyone, almost everyone gave something to my life, even if it was positive or negative, you know, but I could use it later. So, and it was
you learn from everyone. You learn something from everyone.
For one moment. I just want to show you for one moment. Is my son.
Hi.
Is my son. He's a b-boy.
He's a b-boy too.
He's a b-boy. Yeah, he's a b-boy.
Nice.
He's already better than me, man. These fucking youngsters, they don't have pain. They feel nothing. They practice like 5 times a week, and he don't care. After he go to take a bite, you know. And I'm like,
and now when you're sleeping, my neck. I can't do nothing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I'm okay because you have to know that I wanted to tell you later, but you have to know that I still can do 90% of the things I could do ever.
Really?
It's yeah, it's because it's because I'm in practice every day with the children. I have a school. I have a dance school. Uh, I saw my child, David. I saw him stand up on Skype, and then I say that guys, I cannot do this anymore. I don't want to miss my child getting big, So I told to Philly and Victor and Andrea, because then we did already with Victor and Andrea. They are young guys. Because Gabor, he got married, he stayed in England. Akos, he also had a girlfriend and we got back to Hungary, and we stayed, Philly and me. And from the group we performed. And then we had a couple, one guy and one girl, who we took after. They are Enemy Squad members already, and they came to us to perform. And we had this 4-person group, and we did the same tour again, like we did 10 years with the guys. We did the same again with these two young lads, and it's very good because they also gave us a lot of power. Philly and me, when we did this show, we were 40 years old, and every day 2 shows, many times, and really
They're
hard work.
learning a lot. They're
And
learning a lot.
and you have to know that, but that's why I think we are still dancing, because we had to. It doesn't matter when it's 2,000 people sitting in the building. It doesn't matter that how old are you and what kind of day you had or how you feel. You have to do this, and we do power move combos in the show. So it's not just dancing, and we do it like we have minimum 2 solos plus the dance and the footwork, and so it was a hardcore. Physically, it was a hardcore treatment
Yeah,
for
of course. Of
Philly
course.
the last 10 years. But Gabor, he did the same in Germany. He was in Phantasialand in the theater. He did 4 shows a day. With
Yeah,
also,
I heard about it. I heard
I
about it.
also have to speak about
I did my research, bro.
yeah. And now I have to speak about something I don't like, and it's really sad. But I love these people, and it's my duty, and I cannot miss this. Gabor's brother, Chaba, he already died, but he is one of the persons who is a real Enemy Squad guy. And I tell this because, for example, the whole career started with this TV show, and Chaba, he did the qualifications, but he didn't do the the TV because we didn't let him. And I still regret, because we were so hard. This is Enemy Squad. The Enemy Squad had to do, but we were lazy to go the qualifyings, And he did it for us, And after we did let him to do the TV show, and he is one of the guys. It's not many people know him. I mean, in Germany, yes, because they lived in Phantasialand. He also worked in Phantasialand with Gabor. He got the job for Gabor after, and he's a fucking great person, and he also lived with us every time we went to every summer we went to make street dance shows, and he was always with us, and he is also an Enemy Squad member, and really rest in power for him, because he's an incredible guy. And the other guy who we lost last year, I think, I hope I don't miss, I think last year, was Richie King, and he is the original member also, and he was the oldest from us, and he was a footwork genius, and because of this, he was a little bit underrated in the group, because he was footwork orientated more than us. He had good power moves. A lot of things that I have, I can thank to him, and that's why also one of the reasons why I speak about him, because I have to thank him. I first time I went to B-boy community, he was the one who started to speak with me. He was the hand guy. He was the turtle and one hand jumping, closed legs, on the
fist.
Yeah. On fists. He jumped. He was He is a tough guy, and he was the first one when he saw what I'm doing in breaking. He was the first one to go, oh man, you are a kind of hand specialist in b-boy, and I was like, fuck, he called me b-boy. You know, I was a popper, but I could do a lot of things already in breaking. And he was the first one. He never even thought that I'm a popper. He said, you are a hand style b-boy. And I was like, fuck, I'm a hand style b-boy. You know, so.
And then came the name Bboy Hand.
So this guy, this arranger, he's Richie. You know, he was with everyone like this. He was in Hungary. One of the main reasons, half of the Hungary is dancing. You know, and I just wanted to also rest in power for him, because he was incredible guy. You know, and we miss him a lot. That's all.
And he gave you your name. He gave you your name.
Yeah.
Bboy Hand.
Yeah.
That was the history of your name.
He was the inspiration. He gave me not only the hand, he gave me also the name b-boy.
He was the first guy who called you a b-boy.
Yeah, he was
the
first one looked at me as a b-boy. Even though my friends like Philly, he was the biggest one in Hungary back in the days, you know, with the guy with the jumping flag, you know. And he's we just came back. I just came back from the practice now, just before the talk, and Philly is practicing too. Ákos is in a fucking great form. Ákos is doing twists and everything. It's like me also. I tried flares, windmill, hats, so everything. Philly is also now, he has a little bit injury in the shoulder, but he's still fucking strong. You know, it's like everyone when we go to they call us to judge or something. It's like, okay, they know we are 50, so they know what we're gonna do, and it's always surprise, you know, because we still can break.
Bro, but you don't like 50. You don't look like 51. You look like 40, and I'm looking like 35.
Wow. I just wanted to tell you, but reverse.
What? Did I look like? Okay, reverse 50. You look like 15. Okay, that's better.
This is what I mean. Yes.
That's better. Okay, bro, come on. Let's talk about 96 in Germany. You moved from city to city with Circus Flick-Flack.
Oh, man. Really, I was planning that what I brought...
What was the first city with Flick-Flack?
Nürnberg.
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 The Turkish people say Nuremberg.
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 April 14. Now I tell you the circus life a little bit also with this. April 14 is like snowing, man. Snowing in fucking Germany, snowing. April 14. And we go there, and you see this old circus movie, the German fucking circus movie with Ferdinand. You know, with
yeah, I know.
No, they show this is your home now. And they show a Volkswagen with
Holzwagen.
Abteil. A wagon.
Abteil.
Abteil. One Abteil on the one side, a very thin wall, and another Abteil on the other side.
An old trade wagon.
Yes. Circus wagon. Yes.
Circus wagon, yeah.
Yes. And two people, beds like this, and the other side, two people also. Can you imagine when the girlfriend comes? You know, it's like
one more had to move out.
As like come or bungee jumping the whole night, you know. So it's like so look, it's like, and then they show this is where you're gonna live. Okay, we say okay, we go there, we make one show for Africa Bambata, Planet Rock, 10 minutes. They call us, they said, okay, show me your act, what we bought, because we just saw the other one on the TV, but now you are 5, so show me what you do. We have one clothes like New York City Breakers, blue all body, you know, latex all body, you know, this like almost porn, you know, so it's like with the caskets, you know, and they watched the show. It was 10 minutes, hardcore power. They watched the show and they said, no. They say, we give you music, okay? And they bring us something like DJ Bobo or something, you know, and they say that this is, you have to dance.
Music is what I'm living for.
This is your music for the next 2 years. And we say no. And we say, look, let's make a let's compromise. The Storm and the Band Squad, the first year, they dance to this music, what I only know from, the Doobie Brothers, Long Train Running. And we say, okay, then we dance to this, but they had one house version. I say, yo, fuck it. We don't give a fuck about the real. We have this, okay, we have from the music, because you have to know, and this is also important. Anybody who says that back in the day somebody danced to the music is lying. And it's very important. It was not like this. Nobody danced to the music. If somebody catch the music with some top rocks, you were already fucking happy. Or you catch it with a freeze, then it was 100%.
I know, because there were only 3 steps on the top rock.
No, just nowadays we have a lot of fairy tales about b-boying back in the days, that how this came, why this came, why. Come on, I was there. No. And the thing is that the music, the role of the music in b-boying was much more what kind of feelings it gives you, how it inspires you to move with the speed or with the dynamic or with the fucking sing or with the fucking scratch. Doesn't matter. It only matter if you were like,
you were with the music, not in the music.
Of course, the 8 count. You feel it anyway. So if you check the old guys, when I say that we don't dance to music, it's not 100% true. We felt the 8 count, and all the other people felt the 8 count. You knew when the 8 count stops or starts the other one. And we also changed the direction or the figure or something, but we didn't catch the beat with freezing. We never did this, you know. Or maybe unconscious, but it was not because we wanted, you know. So the thing is that, and they gave us a costume, like jeans. We go to they bring us to Köln, the most chicky-micky boutique ever, and they gave us jeans, Mustang jeans. It was 170 euro. I never see so much money in my life ever in my hand, you know. And they cut the half, cut the knee, cut here on the limbs, and they put graffiti on it. You have to imagine that they sprayed on it and everything. And in the cut, they put little shvili silver stuff, you know, like this, you know, like
That's reflecting.
Ein bisschen schwierig, weißt du? So, gar nichts männlich und gar nichts so Hip-Hop, weißt du? Wir waren so, what the fuck is this, man? And then
that were artistic clothes.
Yes. And from Mustang jeans. Come on. So, and okay, still we have only one t-shirt, these jeans, and a sport shoe. So we say, okay, we had the Doobie Brothers, house music. They wanted 4 minutes 30. Every day we were to practice the whole day. So we did the show in the night. Everybody had one solo, some footwork, some stuff. You don't get even tired. And all the day, we just have to concentrate to get back to the circus at 7. That was the most important, because sometimes you were like spinning on the training somewhere in Germany at 5 or 6:55, and then you have to catch the train to get to the circus to catch the job. You know, it was, and there is nothing like, oh, sorry, I missed the bus, or there is nothing, you know.
Well, what a life, man! What a life!
No, it's like 2,500 people sitting for 50 euro. They don't give a fuck about how the tram comes, you know, even not your director. One time we fucked up, and in Switzerland for a winter circus, we had the time with the practice, rubber legs, everybody, all the Swiss guys in Zurich, and fuck, we were late, and we didn't buy tickets, and they caught us. And they came, the fucking controller guy, he came to the circus, to the director, that we don't lie, and we have to pay. The director paid and said, fuck, get the fuck out of here, they have show. Come on, leave them alone. You know? Yeah. So it was like
bro,
this.
I remember that the whole breaking scene were moving to Flick Flack to see you breaking.
Everybody, it's like this. This is what I wanted to tell you, that in 95, 96, we did 26 or 27 cities. And every city is almost 1 month, 3 weeks, something like this. And like I told you, with this method that we go to someone, we ask where the B-boys, and on the second day we were on the training. It many times happened that in the last week, the week before the last week, we slept by them, or they slept by us. We go to discotheque together. We did everything together. So I have to tell you, I think nobody knows the German B-boy scene as good as enemy squad members, because nobody traveled as much and as frequent. Even if you travel, you don't stay that long like we did, you know, in one town, the same town. So, and we really have.
When I did my research, everyone got a story with one of you.
Yeah.
In Germany.
Yeah.
Everyone got a story with one of you.
Yeah. Of course, you look, if you know personally, if you know Akos, you cannot not have a story, you know. So it's like it's not possible, you know. It's like it's like Osama 10 times, you know. So he's incredible. He's incredible. He's doing anything. He's stealing the show. It doesn't matter what he does. Just yesterday, I saw one video from him. We are talking about Bboy Thunder. Just yesterday, I saw a video from him with some friends. He was at not a football match, but in a football stadium, and some young guys came into to the grass, and I think it was a school something, and they finished the school or something like this. And Akos, he started dance on the and the celebration stopped, and the music stopped, everything stopped, and everybody just laughed like this and watch him, you know. And it was an official school finish or something, you know. And he just destroyed. He just fucking destroyed, you know.
Nice. Okay, come on. The first city was Nuremberg, and did you met any B-boys or B-girls there?
I think we were so shocked because I forgot to tell you, it was snowing, and we had in the contract Strom, Gas, Wasser, alles. Aber einzige Problem war, dass wir haben vergessen zu sagen, dass we have to do it. It's okay.
You have to pay it. You have to pay it.
They give it. We don't have to pay for it, but we have to repair it. We have to put the plug in. We have to bring. So they didn't tell us for 1 week. So the first week, and we didn't ask. So the first week, we sleep in 3 jackets, 3 trousers in -10 for 1 week. We sleep like this in the Volkswagen because we were so European and so young and so afraid and so shocked that we were not brave enough to ask why we are dying here.
But nice story. Nice story.
Yeah.
Can tell you some.
So I think because of this, and also this was the first week, can you imagine? I'm 20. I never saw a plate or cook something. And this was the time, okay, you are here alone. You have to manage how you will eat, how you will drink. So the first month is like Aldi Touren, Lidl Touren, these things, you know, and just to get to know the whole country, how to make this, post this, you know. So I think in Nuremberg we didn't know, but after when we went back, I think we had already some good friends, because every city, what I tell you, I think we did minimum 2 or 3 times, except Frankfurt, Düsseldorf, Kassel, Saarbrücken, and Stuttgart, because this we did like 6 times 2 months, 3 months. So we spent like 2-3 years in this town, what I tell you. In the first year, the biggest impression for me was Kassel.
Kassel.
Because, yes, Robozé, who was not Robozé back in the days, he was Christian, our Greek friend with
from Monkey Shit Crew.
With his beautiful mother and family, you know, they were so good for us. We went to them to eat and stuff. And the other thing is Damaso Mendes Leroy.
Damaso is a good guy, man. He's in the chat.
Damaso, hey, Damaso. Hey, Damaso is the guy who was the first German b-boy we really got to know, I think. Okay, except the ones from the Battle of the Year. He was the first one who we got to know that he was not a beginner, but he was not, back in the, when we met, he was not on his best level yet. So he was not beginner, he was good. We know, we see the possibility in him, we see the opportunity in him. He's a good dancer. Not, and now he's a good top dancer also. But he's a good dancer and he's a very good guy. There was also Dennis, I think the third one, next to Damaso. He was a little bit German, but we liked him because of this, you know.
A little bit German.
Dennis, sorry if you hear it, Dennis. Dennis, if you hear it. Dennis was the first one from all Kassel, from the b-boys who has job, a serious job, and this is what I mean. I don't mean anything wrong with it. He's a great guy, you know. So he's not German in a good way. What I mean.
Okay.
Before we moved to Germany, we didn't like it too much. We are not very happy to go to Germany. We were happy because of b-boying, but now I would prefer to Italy or something more south, you know. But when we got there, and now I have to tell, and this is really my opinion, and it's not because it's because I was everywhere in Europe, and I lived everywhere in Europe. I really have to tell you, if I speak with a German guy, or if we speak about something, or we do something together, I am 100% sure I can be that we will do like you say, you know. And for us in our life, it was when you live like a gypsy, you know, from town to town, it's very important to have reliable people, you know, because it's many times, of course, there was some Germans, they used us like, okay, we go to a discotheque, but we also use them, you know, to get other people, you know, so it was okay. But Damaso and Dennis and these people from Kassel and Christian also, this was, I think Christian was the first German, I'm sorry, I know he's Greek, but he's the first guy from Germany who invited to his home, for example. This is how I remember.
That's our culture.
Yeah, and of course, I have to speak about, I have to speak about Saarbrücken. In Saarbrücken, there is a Hungarian family we always visit, but then we met the b-boys, and it was always, or it was Saarbrücken, when we met them, it was after 2000, so it was already the twist times, and we met Dalibor. He's from Dalibor and his brother. Not a real brother, but we called him Bruda because he was always, he was a Turkish guy, a little bit curly, with a mustache. 100%, if you see him, you know him. I don't remember the name. Now it starts. I'm not gonna remember for everyone. I'm really sorry.
I don't know too. About Secret Force. I read Secret Force.
But there was a lot of guys in Saarbrücken. We went to a place and it was like 20, and most of them is Turkish. And Dalibor, he's Albanian. And there was half Albanian, half Turkish, so it was a good group. We loved them, and they always come with us. And Dalibor is the one, you have to know that from Enemy Squad, after 2000, there is 2 guys who learned the twist.
Okay.
At 40. And one of them is Akos, and the other one is Philip. And Dalibor has a big role in it, that they learned it. So that's why maybe he watched, then I make a good day for him. But it's really like this. And greetings for everyone who I speak about, okay? after Saarbrücken, I think it's not the running order, but I don't remember. We did this for 20 years. I was everywhere, really. And after we went to, very important is Hamburg, Sony.
Sony were always important.
Look, is like now ich kriege Gänsehaut, man. So it's like Sony and his family is, you know, I don't have to tell. I think everybody who was in your podcast already told about them. You know, it's like for us, because how we felt in Germany, for us, it was even more important, like the Germans, you know, like the German beginners, because everybody went there. Johnny gave them, Johnny gave them accommodation and everything. But Langesbrücke, every time we was there, you know, to practice.
Landungsbrücke, yeah, the spot exists now. The spot is existing.
Yeah, and then there was tell me the name of the big girl who lived there.
In Hamburg.
Yes, she was one of the first big girls. Petra
was from Hamburg.
No, maybe she was not, but she lived there for.
But I know Petra. I know Petra.
Yes, she was there, but every time, because I have 2 or 3 videos from this practice place, and she was there every time. And also we met there. Oh, fuck, very good friend. And don't come. I'm so stupid because the Facebook is here. I would be better if I checked the name. Anyway, that was very good, guys. And of course, the hip hop store from Jojo is a historical place. You know, we practiced many times there, and with Swift, Storm, and with everybody. They came from Kiel, you know, and then we made practice, and also with the guys from Hamburg. But you have to know when I speak about one city, as it's like generations, because after in these 20 years, we get back to Hamburg like 5 times. And we always got to know the next generation, you know. So I also know the Muppets. We know the Muppets also, you know. We practice. This is the last crew, you know, from Hamburg. Us.
Yeah, because it was in the early 2000s.
Yes.
Muppets were Django and his brother and the other guys.
And so Hamburg was always. Also, we lived many times. It's funny. How you call the quarter? You know
what?
How you call the quarter? The disco quarter. How you call it in Hamburg?
You mean Reeperbahn?
Every time we lived there. Every
Reeperbahn.
There. In the first hotel from the Alban, the first one on the right side. After you come out from the metro station, the building starts and the first hotel on the right. We lived there, I don't know, 3 years.
3 years.
Like, yeah, but not like always there. It's like 2 weeks there or 2 months there after, because the variety is always 2-month contract. The circus is
but in an artist flat or in a hotel.
2 months, you go to another one, you know. Okay. So this we did. That's why we got to a lot of cities. And the circus is 11 months, but then you always change city, you know. The circus you do with your Wohnwagen, and in the varieties we always got flat. And that's why it was so good every time in the varieties, always in the center of the city. So it's like all the B-boys, they slept by us, you know. Yeah. So who I have to speak about? Oh shit. Maybe I check my Facebook, because when I shared the post in the German page, then I wrote almost all the cities which came to my mind. Of course, mine.
Come on, bro. We have time. Just
of course, Mainz. Very important. Czechi from Mainz.
I don't know any dancers from Mainz.
Blonde, glasses, very good chair freeze.
What was his name?
Czechi.
I didn't know.
I think he's from Poland. He lives in Mainz. we have in Mainz also a lot of friends, and also I think maybe Dalibor, he came to us once and he lived there with us. I think also, and of course the Berlin, man, Berlin,
You have many stories with Berlin.
Turmstrasse, man,
Turmstraße, jawohl.
wedding, yeah,
Wedding.
everywhere, you know, everywhere. I mean, Amigos place. I mean, Storm, he always came to us when we were in the Variety. We did Wintergarten there, always in Berlin. And of course,
Yeah.
we were there also for 2 months, always. If a circus goes to Berlin, his minimum is 1.5 months they stay. So we stayed also with them. So it was nice. So Berlin is like, come on, it's like mad people. But everyone, of course, but it's like Berlin is like, Bboy Hand is, you know, first time I learned from him the jackhammer, twist jackhammer. I learned from him, you know. Herman,
Herman, Bboy Herman.
Herman, I think is one of the best boys in the world. I think.
Okay.
And
Okay.
and Raphael, of course.
Of course, Raphael.
And this was it's funny, you see, I'm talking about, I would have to start with Storm because Storm was the first who came to us. Then came Burhan was, I think, the second who came to us. This is how.
You mean Little B, Burhan?
Yes. This is how.
Burhan lives 100 meters from me.
Yeah. This is how we start. He was the first one who really made connection between us. And this is how we got to know all the Turkish people, like this, you know.
Okay.
I think Lil B bring us first time to Turmstrasse. I think. No, it was Vartan. Sorry, it was Vartan. It was Vartan first time. So we lived together with the German, with the Berlin generation, with all. After, of course, when we get back, I don't know, 8 times, then it was Osama, and there was a 5 Amoks already, and there was Alvin.
Yeah,
Right?
Albert.
Yeah, Albert. Yeah.
I heard your Shisha and Techno One stories.
I think he was like 10 or 9 back in the day when we were there first. Yeah. And and do you know when you go to this practice place, you know, with the big room and at the stage in the end, even on the stage, everybody practiced. So even the stage was even the best one. They go to the stage and they practice there. And it was crazy. It was like every jam, or every practice was like a jam. It was like, if you are bad, it's you sleep bad. If you, it's not like, okay, it's a practice, but it's, you have to show where you come from, who you are. It was like, I think what the people, they do in a very dark, very small places and call ciphers, they did the same. We did the same on the very light, very beautiful floor practice with each other always. For us, it was like this because when you practice for 20 years, in every time on a different place, it's like this. It's like you're
practicing.
And the other thing, which also very important, very good thing, because this gave us a lot of power. Every time when you go somewhere, they wait for the quality what you saw on the video. And we took it very serious that we want to make a kind of level that what is new.
Okay.
We wanted,
I didn't know the word.
I told you, like Akos, he was more into dancing. He was more into it's funny thing I tell, maybe I'm sure that Akos will like it. Akos, he lived next to Austria. And by then they have music channels. And I think, I don't know which one, Super Channel or Sky Channel, which one. And they have music programs and he could see all the new videos. And Akos is incredible. I never see somebody like this. You show him one new dance move he never saw before. He can do it the first time. He can do it. I was sitting there and I was like, really? But I watched the third time, I don't give a fuck even how to start. And he does it and say, fuck you. It's not fair, man.
Some people are born like this.
It's like this. It's like this. So he lives there and he has all his dancing. Of course, he's a natural born dancer, but he has a lot of information from these videos. And of course, when they started, we also have already Sky Channel and Super Channel that has Yo MTV Raps. We have music, television, and stuff. But it was much more later. The 91, 92, these years, it was blind. We didn't know what we do or for what we do or stuff like this. And about Berlin, one more thing is the first big city we felt home. Is the first.
It was Berlin.
Yes, it was Berlin. It was because of the people. It was nobody ever make us feel that we are from the East. Nobody.
Okay.
Nobody.
I
And
felt the same, bro. I felt the same. I moved here 5 years ago, and I felt the same.
Hanover was good also. We met back in the days, the group of Burning Moves. We also went to their, yeah, we also went to their practice place. Then Thomas was, he was more b-boy back than organizer, because the battlefield was not that big yet. Back in the days, or 90, 91 we meet. But 91 was already big. I remember it was already crowded. The pavilion was so crowded. I remember some people they don't let in because they say that it's not it's dangerous if they let more people in. And I think they did it good because of the shooting, you know. Yeah. So yeah, what cities, man? It's funny because you have to know. Even we did, Leipzig, Saxons. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. And man, I think now is Leo who says fuck you, and Leo and Sergio, man. And look, is another lifetime what we spent with Rocket Attack. And man, I'm sorry. And now Claudio Esposito and Gianni, I'm sorry for you, and sister and mama, I'm sorry, man. As also,
Rocket till death.
And they always killing me because I say Rocket Attack sometimes when I'm in Freiburg, and in Stuttgart I say to the Rocket Attack, and Leo, fuck, it's not possible you don't remember, man. I say, oh,
it's not funny, bro. You can't do this.
Rocking till death and Rocking Attack, I sometimes I change, you know, and they very agree with me. So Leo and Sergio and all the guys from Stuttgart is really the best friends, really the best friends in Germany. We spent, I think, with them the most time, and they slept the most by us. And yeah, Sergio, if you go, Sergio he stays with us, you know, he don't go home anymore. Even the girlfriend stays with us as well back in the day. So, and they did when we had flat, but when Philly, we lived in December in Wohnwagen at the I don't know which plot, they moved to the Wohnwagen. They stayed there, and every day 3 times we had 3 times shows there, sometimes 4 times. Before every show, 1 hour in the warm-up tent practice. Leo said,
1 hour warm-up.
Yes, before the show, and this is how we go to the show.
Okay.
And I tell this, it was more Akos, Philip, Sergio, and Leo, because I was fucking injured back in the days. This contract, and I couldn't go. I go always, I watch them, and really, it's like every day 5, 6, 7 hours we break with B-Boy. And I think when somebody asks me now that how is my body, and I always say, look, I can make flares, I can do all my stuff almost. I don't like to do the vault with closed legs because this is the hardest thing for my wrist. But I still can do some. The thing is, I like the push-up still, and look, is your body is how you can. This is I tell you, I never thought that we stopped Battle of the Years when first time I felt I'm a B-boy. And we stopped the Battle of the Years. And it's funny thing, and maybe some people are not going to like what I say, but when I realized that I'm a B-boy, it was because of the job. It was because I knew that, okay, now I know it's not a free fall anymore. I go somewhere. I always needed in my life some insurance, you know. But I say like this, but for 20 years, we never know where we're gonna wake up the next month, you know. But I still, maybe because of this, I needed this insurance, you know, that. And when I got this, I felt that, okay, now the world is appreciating.
And nobody could take it from you.
Yes. And because we felt that if comes, for example, don't take it like bragging or something, but in flip-flop and the places we worked quite serious places. We worked in Monte Carlo many times. We opened 2 times the tennis championship, world championship there, and
Wow.
And the rally historic we did, and we have and also many times came like Schumacher came to the flip-flop, and a lot of VIP people, and also we worked also in Switzerland, and in Switzerland it's like you have to imagine like how all the rich and VIP people they want to watch
Switzerland.
Yeah,
It's like murder, but it's a land.
Yeah, and they come to the circus. And they come to the circus, even around the circus, sometimes mud like this. They come with the boss suits and they go. And, yeah, it's funny. But I have to tell you that this was the moment when we felt that, and it's not because, I'm talking about myself. Of course, I saw on the others, but I'm always, with everything, I'm a little bit late, you know. So, and then I realized, and then I felt that I have to do this, and this is my fate. I was not sure until 96, but when we had the first job and we started to make this word, to get to know with the circus and variety and German word, then it was a little bit different. Then I felt that we are heading to somewhere. Because the other things, it was like, okay, I do this, I can do this. Like, then I thought, back in the days, I thought I can do this like 2-3 years more, and then I'm gonna dead, and then I'm gonna remember for this. That was all far. And when I realized that no, man, when we stopped 96, I was 25, and I felt that I can be much more stronger than this. And I was the strongest when I was like 36. So I tell to everyone who is doing power moves or something like this, I was strongest, the most healthy when I was 36. So
for most b-boys, it's old.
Yeah, maybe that's why. Okay, but it was. If you watch my video, you know the level of the figures what I did. It's not the level of the most hardcore power moves today, but I think even the most hardcore power moves for today are the same hard for the body, like we did. So, Billy and me, I always call, and it's maybe not true, but I like it. I'm proud of it. I think we are a kind of experience how long we can do it, you know, because we still do it. And if I go to a jam, if somebody asks me if you can make 2 rounds for a battle, 3 rounds, no problem, I can do it.
But did you thought about how you're gonna practice your muscles to do such a move, or do you only train the moves? Because nowadays it's different. The b-boys are training neck muscles, shoulder muscles.
I tell you,
you know what I'm talking about, to do such moves.
I understand. Maybe I have to put, wait, I have to put the plug into my phone.
The charger.
Yeah, charger. Just
we almost reached 2 hours, bro.
Yeah, because you speak too much, man.
What?
Because you speak too much, man.
No.
No, I say you.
And this episode is called Hand Talks.
Hand Talks. Yeah, we have to change it, man. So, what I wanted to tell you, and of course, I have to speak about Claudio and Mama and Gianni. They were also like, you know, I don't know if you know them, but they are half Hungarian. I think the mother's father, it was Hungarian. They don't speak Hungarian anymore, but Mama, yes, she understands some things. We live them by them, and we work in Strasbourg, and every time we went to them, you know, Christmas we spent together and stuff like this. So it's really, yeah, family, of course, of course. And also,
But we were at Bboy physics. Did you train also like today?
yes,
What Bboy?
talking about this, I'm sorry. We fucked up because we didn't know what to do. But after, when we got into the circus, there were some people, acrobats, and we learned a lot of things from them. Because you have to know that the acrobats is mostly nowadays, not anymore, but back in the days, it was like ex-gymnasts from Russia, stuff like this. They could do very good trampoline, everything you with acrobatics, they were perfect. And really, really fucking strong people. And we learned a lot of them, a lot of things from them, how to prepare yourself for a short period of time, for longer period of time, how to practice, how to make yourself, how to stretch, why to stretch, everything, you know, like
it's very important.
I just, you have to know, and I want to speak about it. Maybe we're gonna be too late, and it's very important part of my life what I do now, because it's very contact. It has a contact with this what we are talking about. I just wrote a book, 130 pages. I think it's the first training method book for trainers, b-boy trainers.
You wrote it?
Yes.
When?
The last, I finished November, and I wrote it in 5 months.
Let's talk about it, bro.
It's 130 pages, and I think it's the first one which is good for b-boys and which is good for the people who want to train b-boys, because it contains how to train b-boys physically, mentally, and this is from everything I could find on the internet and from my 10 years experience. And not 10 years, because 10 years I teach in the school, in my school or in our school, what we did in my town. But I have a lot of experience from when we were traveling, and we also teach there. We not just inspire, we always teach. If we go to a practice, because then we could teach, because we were always, most of the time, we were on a higher level than where we went. So we could always teach. I don't like to teach something I don't know, then I ask someone. I never teach. We could do the best. I could do 2 twists in my life to windmill. That was the most. I don't teach twists. So it's okay.
But bro, that's simple. You must give your knowledge to the next generation.
The thing is, I think I have to speak also about the Olympics. For me, it's a very good thing, because I make this school since 10 years, and now my students, some of my students, even my son, they are capable in 4, 5, 6 years, they are capable to take part on these competitions. Not on the Olympics, not on the international level. I mean, on the international level, maybe just the qualifiers, but I think they're going to be that good. They are also, for me, they are, in Hungary, they are really good level. Internationally, they are nowhere, but they will be good. The thing is that now, the first time we did in my town, we did a real sports terrain, made breaking, how you tell this? One sports terrain had football, handball. In my town, the biggest one now has breaking.
Okay.
So in the sport, this is the first ever in Hungary. This is a big sports terrain. It's like Stuttgart or Bayern Munich, and they have now breaking sports.
Nice. It's the first. We don't have such thing in Germany.
Yeah. Kiddy, he make in his town. Kiddy, B-boy Kiddy, is from elementary system, and also Philly he from my town. He's here. He had the trailer license, but we had from fitness, and that's why he's the leader. But also we who did the things now to credit my book. Also, I need training license, and we will get it from the local VDS. And now I have to tell you about my opinion about this whole stuff because I'm sure everybody is interested in.
But I got one question. Your book, in English or Hungary? In Hungary or in English?
The book.
The book. Your book, you're right.
I want to credit in Hungarian. We want to bring it to the school as a subject.
Cool. Very nice.
You cannot make children like in a verein. It's not enough. You have to bring it to the school nowadays.
Yeah. You have to catch them early.
Yeah, and keep the interest, and that's the hardest.
Yes.
And that's the hardest. So I did this, and we have now 12 competitors at the local VDSF. It's called MTAS. Okay, I will tell you. When I say MTAS, it's VDSF, the Hungarian VDSF. Okay, and now we had to join with not with my school. Only the people who compete, they went to this stuff, and they went with the sports verein breaking group. They went to the VDSF because I wanted to my school have independence from all this stuff, because I'm not sure. I don't know. Please, nobody be angry, but I'm not sure what's gonna happen. I don't want to stay on this side. On this side, I make my work. I don't want to make wars with anyone. I also not very happy that VDSF brings Olympics breaking to the Olympics. I think it would be much better if we have already representatives and we have already unions and stuff like this, and we do it. I know we didn't have. I know. Let's see what's going to be the price. I'm not sure, but I don't want to take part on this side or on this side. You know why? Because I have my opinion, but I have also 40 children now. So I cannot force my opinion to the children and say, look, you don't go to compete because I don't like the way that's
no, that's not good, because you know, you must tell them always the truth, but you must show them a good way to handle it.
Yeah.
And not your opinion.
The only thing is, and it's very important that I tell that I'm really sorry for the people who don't start the school, don't stay with the break-in, because I saw so many guys. I brought this book. I make the whole stuff for the children, but also for the older generation. And I explain to you why, or how I mean. I wrote this book, and I make the school, and I make the children, I teach the children, not just because of the children. I do it for ourselves also, you know, because I have to feel that I saw many people who did 20, 25 years b-boying very hard. And after, when he got married, he had to go to the factory and work there for 16 hours or for 10 hours in different shifts, just to maintain a life for the wife and for the child. Yes. And he got nothing from the whole work he put on the table. And not only his work, I have such friends, I don't want to tell you name, but one of the biggest historical person is working now in a factory in 3 shifts and make such a work which is not healthy, you know.
Not healthy, no. And you got no time to train or to dance.
You know, and as like this, to watch VDS representatives to break into the Olympics, you know, I have my opinion and I have my feelings, but
tell me your opinion.
I have children. I have to teach. I have to make them to compete, and of course, it's a very big thing that you can say to the children and to the parents when you want to make your school that, look, you are in the best place in Hungary if you want to be an Olympic champion, or you want to take part, or you even if you want to be only a breaking sportsman. Because now it's sportsman. You have to know that sometimes it also hurts my tongue to say sport. But you have to know that I was the one who was suffering between culture and sport for 35 years, getting nothing, not from sport, not from culture. So,
and now you got enough experience to share it with others.
Yeah.
I understand you. I'm also not sure what is going to be on the Olympics, but I'm very excited.
So this is what we do now. This is how my days go. I'm one of the luckiest people in the world because I can be with children. I can do b-boying. I learn new things every day. I learn to teach it, and I learn from my students a lot. And I learn from my friends, because you have to know, and this I also have to tell, that the Page Breakers family, I'm from Page, is one of the most wonderful company I know, like from people who really, they stay like 40, 50 years old, 35 years old, and it's really like a family. So they help each other, they call each other.
Close.
Even like me, old guy, watching them even gives me power, you know, and to get to know them that before they were like this, when they start to break, they looked up at us like this, you know, and now I am the one who looks up.
I feel you. I feel you. 100%.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's it.
And that's it. And now we are nowadays.
Yeah. And now we are nowadays, and this is what we do. And of course, I could tell you about the 25 years theater, variety, and you have to know, we did the same thing in Switzerland. We did all the cities. We were in the city of Tough Kids or everyone. I could tell you names forever. Basel, Zurich, everywhere. And yeah, it was, look, if I could go back in the time, my mother, he beat me up many times because I break. Yeah.
Okay. Why? Because dancing were not cool or too feminine?
Yeah. No, it was because the first practice place we had, it was in a culture house where it was also you could drink. And my town is a minor town. And the minor, when they finished the work, and it was a minor culture house. So girls drinking, everything. And my mother, she beat me up so hard when I first said that, where you've been? And I said, here and here, dancing. Boom!
Bro, with this?
No, just a hand. It was enough. It was enough. And then, of course, and now we make many times, we make jokes about it, you know, with my mother, that how it happened, and look what I do now. And I really try to be an example, like, because many people watch us or look at us, you know, and I try to make always find because I'm a b-boy still, I have to practice, but I try to find always the balance between the children, me, the family, and this stuff. And I'm very happy, and I just tell you this not to tell you how bad it's for me. I tell you because how good it's for me, this whole thing. So that's why if you say that I look younger, I think it's just because of this. Because I really live like a young guy. I still live. I don't have the alarm clock, you know.
But everyone has the opportunity to live their dream and balanced, to live their dream balanced, as you said.
And you know, the youngsters nowadays, they don't listen to you. they visual. If you are 120 kilos and you want to teach one footwork,
You're out.
maybe they listen. That if you are do before 3 twists or one fucking fast flares windmill or anything, you know, or even I'm sorry, it's me, even a very nice style solo with nice dynamic footwork, with nice freezes on the music and everything. And fucking 100%, they will learn much better from you. Like if you know, so you have to be legit. You have to what you teach. You have to be like that. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Of course. That is the way, as the Mandalorian said.
Yeah.
That is the way.
Yeah.
Nice. Bro, we got over 2 hours. Man, my mind is blown up. We can talk for 2 hours more. But I said we can, but we don't must.
I understood that. Look, you have to know that these many people who know me, they know I speak a lot. But you know, I always say that for me, it's fucking important, not just let the people what I think, but I always speak because I want to know what they think. You know, you have to think that how was our life. We are not the people like the other people. Not many people do in the life in 25 years. Every 2-3 weeks, a different city, different people, different different everything, you know. And you learn so much like this. This is how you learn, you know. And this is what I still love in this whole thing, that I don't give a fuck about if they laugh that I speak much. But I know
what you mean. I feel it.
But I want to know these people who come to me and who want to speak with me about the b-boying and stuff like this. And if I speak too much, I also listen too much. I also listen, you know.
Bro, that's why I'm doing Tizzey Talks. That's why I'm doing this here. I want to show the people the real human being behind these names.
I think even if you try to find, you're not gonna find better ending.
But that's not my mission.
I know, but still, you know, it was really nice.
Yeah, it was really nice, bro.
Yeah.
It was really nice. Thank you for your legacy. Thank you so much for your stories, bro. I appreciate it so much. You just look this talk later and see my face.
Yeah, I just want to ask from everybody who watched this. If I can give. Well, first of all, I'm sorry if for everybody who left out. I know maybe my best friend left out because it was for me a rush, you know, just came from my brain. But I just want to tell you, believe me, what I see today is now, if I go to a competition, is we don't have to be enemies because now you can earn something with b-boying. Even started when you could just earn just how many people know you, how many followers are you, have you got, how this, how that. I see the b-boys to share cat videos and stuff like this. Look, I just want to tell you is that's the only thing I can tell. Don't, if you are 20, 25, you feel like you still have the power. Do everything now, but don't forget, after you have worked, we have to keep this fucking dance alive like we did. And for this, you need children. And for this, you need students. And I don't want that in a school, in the 6th lesson, somebody is fucking want to throw out because he has to learn b-boying. I don't want this. But we have to learn, we have to find the people who are, because it's less and less and less. And I hope this Olympic stuff will give a very big push for the right direction. I hope. So peace, everybody.
The message is support your friends and yourselves.
Yeah.
Support each other.
Yeah. don't be like a video clip nowadays. Don't be like a TikTok clip or a YouTube clip where it's funny that you are don't give a fuck about anything. It's not
Bro.
it's not clever. It's not, and you're not gonna be happy with this. Maybe for sometimes they will say, "Oh fuck, how strong he is," but no, believe me, I'm 50.
Yeah, I believe you. There's over 30 years experience.
Yeah.
And now, thank you so much, Bboy Hand.
Me
It was
too.
nice to talk to you.
Me
For
too.
2 hours. It was my first international talk in English.
You speak very good English.
Thank you, man.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
and also listen very good English.
Yeah, of course. Your English is good. It's very good. I understood everything, and I thought maybe I don't know the words, and then we must speak German. But Bboy Hand, jetzt schocken wir alle und reden am Ende kurz Deutsch. Ha!
Lass uns mal machen.
Genau. So, willst du noch irgendwen grüßen?
Ich grüße alle. Ich grüße alle. Ich bin sehr, sehr froh, wenn du angeschaltet hast oder getun.
Eingeschaltet.
Eingeschaltet, genau. Ich habe lange nicht geredet, weißt du. Entschuldige. Aber für mich Deutschland ist und bleibt immer, wo wir eine von den Ländern, wir haben unsere Inspiration gekriegt. Und ich hoffe, dass wir könnten auch für dieses Land etwas geben.
Ja.
In meinem Lebenszeit. Ich hoffe das. Ich denke, wenn jemand hat uns getroffen, der kennt uns sowieso. So, ein Ding kann ich sagen nur, schöne Grüße von Gabor, Billy, Steady, Akosh, Hen, Mike, Carlo, Richie, Chubby, Victor, and Andrea. And peace, man.
Yes. So, ihr habt's gehört. Wir sprechen Deutsch. Sehr gut. Leute, the internet makes your hintern fat. Shut down now. And later, you can see this on YouTube. Just type Tizzey Talks into YouTube. Bboy Hand, Tizzey Talks. Subscribe, like, leave a comment. Thank you. We are out.
Ciao.
Ciao.